we don't majorly feel this way. I hope so, but I mean, we have so much farther to go. And everybody does have biases. Some biphobia, they just don't talk about it. Erasure. Biphobia may avert towards other sexualities, attracted to multiple genders like pansexuality or polysexuality. The idea of being attracted to multiple genders is generally the cause of stigma. Some people might speak about biphobia as just pick a gender already. You just want attention. You're just going through a phase. Bisexuality is not a scientifically possible. They're a player. Typical millennial youth behavior. Technically, you're half straight. You're attracted to everyone. Stop being so desperate. You're just confused. The problem with phobia is, unless you're the person dealing with the issue, never speak for people. I get this a lot being a new atheist, where Christians tell me, oh, you did this because you felt this way, you experienced this, or you weren't the real thing. One of the first things I learned in therapy is you never speak for another person. You can share how you feel. I feel this way. I think you left the church because of this, but you never speak for somebody. And the problem with biphobia is you're trying to tell somebody's story without the facts. And even if you know somebody, you don't know what caused them to discover this part about themselves. You don't know why they're this way. That's why you ask questions. And you're not half straight. You're either completely straight or you're not. You can't be half straight. You can't be half gay. I can't be half a woman, okay? It's not like a half a cookie. I mean, you're either something or you're not. And if you like more than one gender or you're attracted to more than one gender, that doesn't mean you're straight. That means you're something else. You can be bi, pan, poly. I mean, look into it. Talk with a professional. There's nothing wrong with people who like more than one thing. And it's not just, sexuality. Sometimes it's just a preference or something they need to experience what everyone else experiences. Heterosexual people, you need certain variables to have attraction. A heterosexual man needs a attractive female. Bi, man or woman, or sometimes pan, they don't really go for the label partners. It's more they're open to any type of person. I think Sex and the City is where I learned a lot about pansexual. I think Samantha is considered pansexual. I'm not sure if she ever comes out and says it, but she does use the label. And bisexuality is a very interesting orientation. Gay and bisexual are probably the most commonly represented forms that aren't heterosexual. But a lot of shows that had gay people never had bi people. It's kind of like we want to be all the way over here and we don't want to be halfway between gay and straight, even though it's not halfway. And a lot of bisexual men and women grow up being told you can't monopolize genders. You have to be one or the other, and you really don't. Not everyone likes chocolate and vanilla. Some people like Neapolitan, which is a little bit of everything. Some people just like vanilla and chocolate together. The problem is society believing that we have to be one or the other. There's a lot of gray area. And not all bisexuals think the same, any more than all heterosexual people think the same. What we need to do is start teaching the next generation that not everything is black and white. The difference is we all need to communicate, set boundaries, and educate ourselves. And there's a lot of social stigma for bisexual people. Even in the secular world, even in their own community, there is harassment and biphobia. Some people call bisexuals as leading a double life, the down low community. They're accused of spreading STIs. They think that being bi is a behavior that generalized as dishonesty, secrecy, and deception. People who are bi are labeled as nymphomaniacs or promiscuous, polyamory. Bisexual people are termed by dating potential partners as, I wouldn't date a bi man or a bi woman because they always go to the other gender, even though that's not true. For some reason, bisexuality always has the stereotype of being a promiscuous person or a person who can't make a decision and let it stick. They're always moving. And bisexuals and pansexuals, they can have some tension too. They're similar, but very different. And sometimes a lot of people who aren't educated use pan and bi very interchangeably, which is why knowing what terms are is very important. Because if you mislabel somebody, that can be a problem, at least for mental health and for social relevancy. So we definitely need in our culture to understand what happens when we don't understand each other. A lot of people, bisexual people, they have a lower success rate for refugee applications like Canada, Australia. There's a higher level of intimate partner violence, higher likelihood of youth risk behavior among high school students, higher likelihood of anxiety and mood disorders among bisexual women and men who report having sex with both sexes, higher likelihood of living on less than $30,000 a year, lower levels of reporting feeling very accepted in the workplace, lower likelihood of being out to important people in their lives. Bisexuals report higher rates of hypertension, poor or fair physical health, smoking, risky behavior compared to heterosexuals or lesbian/gay people. Bisexual women in relationships with monosexual partners have increased rates of domestic violence compared to women in any other category. Many, if not